Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, September 5th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this would be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I'll do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol FFIE, big mover today, no doubt about that. But now it just becomes a question of, okay, from where the price opened to where it is right now, very solid move, but is there any sort of genuine power behind this price movement? And I have no idea, but by using charts, we can make answering that question very straightforward. And in my mind, it all revolves around this area right here at $4.50. So let me change that to green to represent support. Why is that area so important? Well, I'm not saying this will occur, but let's say the price comes down here and then all of a sudden goes like that. What would that be doing to the price? That would quite literally be putting the price right back inside of this range where it just was. Or said another way, that would imply that the price made a great move and then went right back to where it was. And assuming you're bullish, not exactly a sign of genuine power. So what is genuine power? Well, just signs of progress. So let's say the price came down here, behaved like that, and then curled back upwards. Now all of a sudden, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have a low right there. And if you envision each of those as stair steps, what do you have? Well, you have progress being made in the upwards direction. And that's what it's all about. As nice as it would be for a price to be able to go straight up, that's not how the real world works. Real world, you just want higher lows. You want progress being made. That's what a genuine strong move is going to do. So in my mind, 450 is a very important level because that's going to be, is the price making progress or not? So keep an eye on 450. Next one here, WISA, and we have kind of a good and bad problem here. So if you're not in this already and you like to play breakouts, well, that's where it's somewhat of a problem because you can see right here, we had this nice resistance trend line, overall pattern, but now as I speak during the last 30 minutes, you can see the breakout has occurred. With that being said, that now at least allows us to ask ourselves an always exciting question, that question leading to, is this the start of something even bigger? Now think about that question. It makes no sense to ask that question if nothing worthwhile is even happening. Because is this the start of something bigger? Is what the start? Nothing's happening. But in this situation, something is happening in the breakout. Now to be fair, maybe it's not. Maybe this is a fake breakout. Maybe this thing collapses. But that's a two-sided coin because, well, I mean, maybe it is the start of something much bigger, and this thing's going to keep on rocking and rolling on Thursday. So sure, if you like to quote-unquote play the breakout, that is already passed you by. But if you like the sorts of situations where the significant event has happened, in this case, that event being the breakout has occurred, and now you want to try to capture more momentum, see if it gets more continuation, you like this price range down below $5, keep an eye on it. Next one here, ASST, and very, very well-defined trend line. So as I draw this line right here, please realize I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to imply that that's some sort of special skill or a great discovery on my part. I think a lot of people have drawn that trend line. And I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same levels and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movement. So while there are no guarantees, is it valid, is it plausible to think that the price comes up here and breaks up through that level right there, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a plausible scenario. Again, not guaranteed, but well within the realm of reason. If you like to play more so pullbacks, key area of support to keep an eye on will be that purple line down there, the well-known famous 50-period moving average, right now valued at $2.19. But in my opinion, at least, definitely the most interesting dynamic is all about that trend line right there and whether or not the price can get a push up through there and then gain more momentum. Next one here, SQQQ, did this one yesterday, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you that did watch that video, but if you didn't, and this is just the power of charts, I talked about and mapped out that red line up there at $9.20, and you can see right there, that is where the price got rejected from this morning. So again, the power of charts, and why I would argue they're a very useful tool. Price pulled back. So yes, today, quote unquote, quite a bit of a roller coaster, up here, all the way down here, up here, down, and then all the way back up here with a little bit of a pullback right here. So yeah, today, quite a bit of a room, but overall, nothing has really happened because if you watch yesterday's video, you can see both levels are still contained in the price. You have and if we just start to call this now a sideways channel pattern, we have the upper side of the channel up there at $9.20 as resistance. We have the lower part of the channel down there as support at $8.73. And as of now, it's just a wait and see type situation. So grab your popcorn and see who's going to ultimately win this battle. Do the bulls win with a break to the upside? Do the bears win with a break to the downside? Like I said, grab your popcorn and we'll see what happens. Next one here, NVDA, and once again, this will mean a little bit more to those of you that watched the video previously, but if you did, then I mapped out and talked about that 105.50 mark as an area of support. And again, not to pat myself on the back, but to pat charts on the back. Check it out, that green line here. Now, granted, that opening 30 minutes, price did drop quite a little bit below it, but then got up above it, and then that level went right back to acting as support, both there and then a couple more times this afternoon. So more of the story, 105.50 remains that key level that you want to see continue to hold. And then on the flip side of things, again, if you watched yesterday's video, you know that I mapped out that level right there around 109.85 as a key area of resistance. And you can see that's essentially right where the price got rejected from on a few different instances today. So like SQQQ, we're basically in a sideways channel pattern now with the price bouncing back and forth. So, it still breaks down to one of those questions of who's going to ultimately win this battle. If you do like to play bounces, then yeah, I can see you thinking, well, maybe this thing's going to bounce back up to the top of the channel. And from a trading standpoint, that distance right there gives you plenty of wiggle room for some profit. But, I understand there's many ways to approach a sideways channel, but that would be one of them. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering very soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use, or if you're watching at my website, there's an area on the webpage you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free live webinar. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and we have ourselves a good classic pattern here. So you got to think a lot of people will be watching this pattern moving forward. We have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. Let me change that again to green. And then to make sure everybody can see the pattern, let me make it one color. So we have resistance, support, big move up. This would be a bull flag pattern. And when you have patterns well defined like this on very popular stocks, I mean, who hasn't heard of Tesla at this point in time? Again, that guarantees nothing, but it brings about those potential self-fulfilling prophecies and makes them that much more reasonable. So whether you trade the stock straight up, you like to trade options, and you like bull flag patterns, certainly keep an eye on it. Next one here, LUMN, and again, well-defined pattern here. Not as well-defined as Tesla, but still got the pattern. Now I'm going to get a little spicy with this, and I'm not even going to use a trend line. Let's just use the upper part of the pattern right here, that pink line, which is the very well-known 200 period moving average, right now valued at $5.60. So 560 will be the key level of resistance as part of this pattern. And then as far as the support is concerned, I will get that drawn in there so you can see that a little bit better. There we go. Again, change that to green. And then to make sure we can all see it, so we have our resistance, and that pink line will essentially move itself across like that. We have our resistance. We have the big move up right here. We have the golf hole down here to make it a little bit more visual for you golfers. And this would be slightly different than a bull flag, a bull pennant pattern. So if you like bull pennants, you like this price range, certainly keep an eye on it. Next one, NIO. Did this one previously, had that resistance trend line in place and got a very nice breakup through there. So I'll go ahead and clear that line out as it served its purpose for now. And we'll start afresh with another new trend line. And once again, this is one of these what I'd call a self-fulfilling prophecy one. As I draw this, please don't think that I'm trying to impress you or that this is some sort of special skill. Not at all. A lot of people have drawn that level. So as I've said a million times, and probably a million more times, guarantees no, but certainly valid to think that the price comes up here and pushes up through that trend line right there, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure. So keep an eye on that. And then as far as supports, we have that level, and then just because I can't help myself, let's keep it one color to get the pattern mapped out. Support, resistance, nice upwards move there. So I'll let you have a fist fight over whether we call it a bull pennant or a bull flag. I'll let you, like I said, hash that out down in the comment section. But at the end of the day, the psychology is the same. Big surge up, getting some consolidation on a pullback. Is this prepping for another leg to the upside? We'll see how it goes on Thursday. Next one, CNFR, and once again, a very much so self-fulfilling prophecy type resistance, because I assure you, maybe you've already noticed it, but check that out right there. $1.54. Now I'm just curious, how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times the price has been up here throughout basically late morning to early after, or the remainder of the day, and the price has not been able to push through it. On the plus side of things, though, the price has leveled out right here. So a very tight little sideways channel pattern. So it just goes back to that question, is this a consolidation that is signaling the end of the pullback, and is this thing getting ready to turn itself back around? So like I said, well-defined breakout point. If you like to play those where you can take advantage of those potential self-fulfilling prophecies, you like stocks down below $5, definitely keep an eye on it. Next one here, TQQQ. Not a whole lot to say on this one because the price is still stuck in between the two levels that I talked about previously. So if anything, we're just getting more data that, yeah, maybe the chart is now starting to enter into a phase of a sideways channel pattern. Now, like some of these other ones, sure, today individually, a pretty crazy day. At one point, it started all the way up here, then it dropped all the way down there before rising all the way up there, before starting to kind of drop all the way back down there. So today, individually, definitely a roller coaster, a lot of swings, a lot of opportunities if you're a day trader and you like to take advantage of those sorts of that volatility. But taking a step back, looking at it then more than a day, then yeah, it's still stuck in between the sideways channel pattern. So again, if you didn't watch your previous video, bottom of the channel support $60.40, top of the channel resistance right there at $63.50. So yeah, we'll see who ultimately brings out or breaks out of this sideways channel and who's going to win the battle. I'll get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders out there, again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used, then go get signed up for that free class. It'll be very soon, Thursday, September 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. Now let's talk some Bitcoin. One quick clarification here. I am no longer on the 30-minute time frame. I am on the 4-hour time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks now represents 4 hours. That is because Bitcoin is open 24/7, and in order for this video to remain relevant for as long as possible, I like to use these longer time frames. But in my mind, it's all about just walking through some questions. No matter if you're watching this video an hour after I uploaded or 20 hours, you'll still be able to gain a sense of where Bitcoin currently stands. And since the last update I did, very, very crazy things at one point during this phase right here were looking terrible because that's one of the levels that I had marked out and the price was actually down below there. However, to be fair, since that moment, the price has not only recovered back up above that level, it's gone all the way back up to 57,700 and actually gotten back above it. So my first question, which has been the key question over the past week or so, is question number one. If you're watching this video 20 hours from now, where is the price relative to 57,700? As long as you're answering the question that the price is above there, that's good. It's not great, but it at least implies that this bounce here that has occurred is maintaining its gains. And if it, like I said, even if it's just going sideways like that, that's good because that is symbolizing that it hasn't, rolled back over and given up the gains that it accomplished in that session right there. Now, if you are saying the price is down below 57,700, next question, okay, where's the price at relative to 56,100? If you're answering the question, the price is down below there, then yeah, the bears have not only won, but they are winning and gaining that much more strength. Now, if somehow you're answering the question that the price is up above these moving averages here, that's telling you that things are not only good, but they're actually becoming great because the price is starting to break above areas that, as you've seen here, the price has not been above either of those lines for the past few weeks. So that is also a potential of how it could be when you're watching this video hours after I upload it. But walk yourself through those questions, and that will keep Bitcoin relevant from a technical standpoint for the foreseeable future. And as I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a crypto and Bitcoin trader to get signed up for this free class because what you're learning about can and certainly should be used within the world of Bitcoin and crypto trading. So go get signed up. It'll be very soon, Thursday, September 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I hope to see you there, and it is a genuine live event. I say that because if you have questions, please bring them. There will be a Q&A session, and I'd be happy to answer them live for you. So thanks for watching, and if you enjoy these, hit that like button. Go get signed up for the class. Take care.